So I guess it's time to throw this piece of junk away. This is the ramp that I used to use to connect the road to the raised platform. I've recently rebuilt the ramp using Technic elements, and we're going to be taking a look at that ramp today in this video. So this is the new ramp that connects the base floor of the LEGO City to the elevated or raised platform. It's built 100% using LEGO pieces, mostly Technic, actually all Technic. The ramp itself is freestanding. It does not rely on the wood of the raised platform at all for stability reasons. It actually can be moved around. The base of it is 3 base plates, 2 sand base plates, and 1 straight road base plate. The ramp itself is 2 straight road base plates, so it measures 10 by 20 inches, and the base of it measures 10 by 30 inches. So yeah, it can definitely be picked up and moved around and shifted around, and the ramp will stay standing. So for example, later on in this video, I'm going to move it to the build table and we'll see it freestanding on the build table. As for the surrounding area, I still plan on doing all the rock work and cliff edge work all around this raised platform. But I will be leaving the underside or underneath the raised platform, like right here, I will be leaving that open. The reason is I sort of want to put almost like a little underground area there, in which is going to host a bunch of different minifigures sort of around, you know, like garbage cans with fires in them and stuff like that, almost to represent a homeless scene. As sort of bad as that may sound, I think it's something that's a reality here in this world, and I want to try and represent it here in the LEGO City underneath the ramp. So once I get this cliff edge all built in and around here, and I get those entrances made to the road and train track that go underneath the raised platform, it'll start to sort of seal this all in here, so you won't be able to see everything under there, and I think it'll really come to life. But this ramp here that used to be a 10 by 20 inch piece of plywood that was actually taped to the platform was definitely a sight for sore eyes and needed improving. I did not like the fact that it actually was not LEGO. Throwing that sort of third-party material in there, the plywood, was sort of lazy of me, and I didn't really like it. So I've decided to shift gears here and make a new and improved ramp out of LEGO Technic pieces. So let's move this ramp over to the build table and we'll have a closer look at how it's actually being constructed. So I've moved the ramp out of its location here. One thing I want to touch on real quick here is I tried making the ramp, rather than 2 base plates, I tried making it 3 base plates, so 10 by 30 inches rather than 10 by 20 inches. And I was having a hard time fitting it in here. I actually built the entire ramp and then discovered it was problematic because the ramp came about halfway here, so it started going up there, and I had no way of configuring it here in the LEGO City. So that's why I decided to make it 2 base plates, 10 by 20 inches. I know it's a bit steeper than I wanted it to be, but there was no way to fit the 30-inch ramp in here so that it looked sort of seamless with the road and everything around it. Alright, so as we know from my last video, I did a whole bunch of cleaning here in the LEGO City and improved my build table substantially. I increased the size of the build table, and I actually raised the shelves above the build table so that it can accommodate pick-a-brick cups on top of the sorting cabinets that I use. But here is the ramp where it's sort of just freestanding on its own. So you can see I've used various Technic elements here, sort of crisscrossing either direction. So one goes this way, one goes that way, one goes this way, one goes that way. And oops, sort of pulled off there when I was moving it. But yeah, so now it is freestanding, just using the alternating Technic beams and whatnot. And then of course just those black Technic pins go in each one, and then I run the same beams up the side of the road plate, and then we just connect them. Now I know there's a couple different color combinations here. There's dark bluish gray and light bluish gray. I wish I had more dark bluish gray so that this color would be consistent. I wish that that was a dark bluish gray element, but unfortunately I only have what I have, and I didn't buy any parts or pieces to construct this new ramp here. Also, another little complication is these beams here, like the regular brick beams, can't be fastened in at an angle here because they'll actually they'll gouge into the floor. So you have to use the rounded ones. So I've just put a little rounded piece in the inside there. You can see it, a 1x4 I think, and then attached it to the beam, attached another one, and that is sort of the main support. That is the exact height of the raised platform. And as you can see, the base of it is 3 base plates, and the ramp itself is only 2. So the ramp, or the raised platform, actually comes here at about half a base plate. So what I did is I just made a jig of how big or how tall the raised platform was, and I've stuck it in where it would be. Just built an imaginary platform, and then I just sort of laid out all these elements in place and just sort of started doing it, fitting it wherever it would fit in an alternating formation, and it all sort of worked out in the end. But yeah, you can see how sturdy it is. Like, I can shake it, I can move it, it's no problem. It's not going anywhere. At this point, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it gets the job done, and it's a lot better than using plywood. Now, I tried, before using Technic elements, I was trying to think of how to do it with bricks, and I just couldn't do it. I think something like this at a unique slope has to be done with Technic elements, because they offer that pivot point and let you adjust to different angles. So I think it had to be done with Technic elements for that reason. You can see it's exactly symmetrical on the opposite side here. Yeah, that's my ramp. Obviously, I could add some more details and whatnot. I might tile all the way up here using some light bluish gray for sidewalk reasons. It is quite the gradient. It is pretty steep. It would be a tough climb, that's for sure, for a human, but but that's how the only space I had to work with. I tried to make it 3 base plates rather than 2, but it was just it came too far. It came too far, and I wasn't able to make it work in the LEGO city. So that's the new ramp built of LEGO Technic pieces. Lots of ideas floating around here for the surrounding area. Let me know what you guys think by commenting below, and let me know if you have any questions on how I went about creating this, or also if you have any suggestions on how I can improve it as well. As always, guys, I do appreciate the view. Make sure you have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.